Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great Friday so far. Today is a full moon. Yes, it is the Beaver Moon. November 19th, the Beaver Moon. So, um, is it significant? I don't know, but I'm gonna go over I'm gonna go over what I'm doing right now. And what I'm doing with my trades, what I think is gonna happen, um, and where I'm putting my money for better or worse. So so this is on the daily. We're looking at the daily here. Bitcoin against the dollar on the daily. And I have in my chart a bunch of spider lines marked out. I I understand that this might look messy to you, but it's just because there's just a lot of data on here. When you look at charts, check this out. You want to go to a cool site? That's what I used to do. Check out Sky Vector. You look at a chart, you think, oh, there's a bunch of crap everywhere. Uh, look at look at this. Oh, there's just so much crap everywhere. It's so messy. I don't even know if anybody's saying that, but I just hear other people saying this. But like, why don't you go ahead? I mean, and make sense of this if it's your first time seeing it. Once you look at something for a while and then work with it for a while, it starts to make a lot of sense. And then that this is the mode C veil over here. That depends on your transponder. That's for your transponder. That's for your two-way communications. That's for what's equipped in your aircraft. This is Class B airspace because it's a blue ring. We have runways greater than 5,000 feet. We got a lot of private airfields around. Like you start to learn. And the point of the parallel with that is, yeah, you can make the chart all like clean and stuff, but um, if you know what you're looking at, you know exactly where to train your eye. And so there's a bunch of lines on here. They're spider lines, and I talk about these all the time because I think there's something about them. I don't even know exactly what it is yet, but it is my quest to identify what what they are and how I can use them on a different asset too, and why they work. But the they do work, and that's just all there is to it. The price, it's where the price is going to touch. There's a high, not 100%, but there's a high likelihood that the price is going to touch at a certain point on here. Sorry if I just created a loud noise. I'm not sure. I just smacked my microphone. Sorry about that. So anyway, I had right around here when it started coming down. I had several orders. I had one here. I had one here. I had one here, here, here. I marked out these. No, at first I had um, this one just regular. But then when I took a look at this and how they, when the price got up to this point, it had a hard time fighting over it. And so initially I just had these two green ones marked out. Why? Because on this run up here, I just don't buy it that, Bitcoin just going to do these. It's just going to have, it just doesn't feel right to me that um, the asset, runs up here and just runs up completely. Take a look at ETH. Take a look at ETH. It went up just in this channel, just a 45-degree straight up. That's really unlike ETH. And it needs to take a breather. It can't just keep going up and everybody's like, ETH is going to, 7,000. It's like, okay, yeah, but it needs to take a breather first. It's a spring, It's a spring. You need to compress the spring in order for it to go. And that's what Marcus Cypher's great at telling us. It's especially when you start looking at divergences. I mean, it's possible that we don't have a green dot here. Um, and then this one dips even further below, like looking like, and we're on ETH here. And I don't chart like ETH as much as Bitcoin, but we could see something like that dip down. And why I marked it past this 60 line is because let's say we had this momentum, huge momentum push down, that's price action, huge momentum push down past this 60 line, and price action, the price making a much higher low, then that would be I think, a pretty strong bullish divergence, um, hidden divergence. So a bullish hidden divergence. So then that would mean that we're compressing this spring in an uptrend, and then boom, and that's how we get. And this is my next target, about 7K for ETH. We're in November. This is going into my factor too. We're in November. December's coming up. Um, yeah, it just seems like it's entirely possible that we get another run up in just the sentiment when I watch other YouTubers, when I watch other influencers, when I listen to other people how they talk about Bitcoin and what I see in the media and whatever, everything comes into play. And so yeah, I think I feel like there's like energy in it. I know that's just that's just the worst explanation, but that's just how I do my thing. Um, I go by feel a lot, and all these charts are to help me um, with points at where I want to place my entry. So, I don't go strictly by the chart. I don't go strictly by feel um, or intuition or like whatever, but it's just like a combination of both. And what I see right now is breaking down. We're coming back up. We're touching this spider line, and so we came back up and touched it. Now I did place a buy here because it's at my line. However, it came up to my line, and there's a good chance that it's going to reject off this line and go back down a little further. What I had, these green lines here these are buys for me. And this one was nice because price came down, just boom. It came down. Hey, here's your order. Oh, where's your order? Right there. Okay, here you go. Boom. I'm gonna fill we're gonna fill your order and boom. And then I had a sell at this point for the same amount. Um, and so that was just a nice little, like I didn't even have to do anything. I literally just spent the extra 10 minutes placing all these around. I saw that it was coming down, so I knew that it was going to recoil a little bit, and it came up, boom, hit that, and yeah, so, and that's where we're sitting right now, and good chance it's going to, not break through that and go down. I think that, it needs to pull back a little more, and so I have the fibs laid on this as well. I have the Fibonacci extension and or Fibonacci retracement extension laid over this up to the peak here. And so our 382 level, um, that's this gray line here. And so as you can see, other people were doing the same thing. Once it got to this 382 level, it came down. There was a bunch of buys over this 382 level, people buying it up. But also, there's this this resistance here um, on the spider line. Boom, 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 boom. So we have a couple factors here for support coming down, touching support, and then wham, we went straight through it. Is this going to be engulfing to the upside? Possibly, and if it is, that's bullish. That's bullish from this point. And if it is engulfing to the upside, then we're probably going to see a green dot there, and then if that one clips, that would be like just a really nice little trigger wave, but we'll see. If it just wants to dip down and go up. I've seen that before on the smaller time frames where um, you got like thick green, you got high momentum all the way up there, like frothing up here, and then it just whoosh dips down and then whoosh goes back up. It's like I don't know what it is, why it happens, but that's just what happens sometimes on those smaller time frames. I haven't seen. I mean, I'm sure it's been. It's just that's what I've seen on those smaller ones. Um, Usually it goes like usually the best ones are when it goes down and touches a support line or something and then goes like it came down to this 382 and then um, in this range it's not like dead nuts like Bitcoin is on like Bitcoin is, but you know it's not like dead nuts like some of these, but it's down to it. The 382, yeah, if it goes down to the 382 and just starts going, that's pretty good. I I think that would be fine. I'd feel all right with that, but I wouldn't mind it, getting pushed off of that and then a bunch more compression here into this point 0.5. I don't know if I, really want to see it get back down to the golden pocket here. I just, I don't know. Maybe it will and then rock it up, but I just don't know. I just don't think so. I think this is like a okay spot for it. We'll see, as the days play out. That's what I think, and we'll see what happens. Um, I'm learning, constantly. But the more I learn, the more I study this, the more interesting it becomes because you start to see patterns and you start to, get reinforcement of good habits. Um, and you know, you get better at managing your emotions, and I think that's huge. It's like a great skill to have. So anyway, with Bitcoin, same thing. As it was coming down, um, I had one there, one there, one there, and then one here and one here. And so when it comes to Bitcoin, this is the furthest line that I kind of want to see um, it get down to. And coincidentally, both it's well, that's a little far from the point 0.5, but this line coincides like where it is right here, where the price just got to coincides this spider line and the 382 on this run here, and I had it marked to this point, not this one, because I felt like this was the run right here. This was the run, you know, and then it went, oh, okay, we're going again, and then we went up, and that was just like, no, we're not going to do that, and then boom, 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 bled off a little bit, and so I could, I'd be, okay, seeing it go down to this point down here. It's like 54-ish, 53.8, whatever, um, before, you know, boom, goes up again. So that's what I think. That's what I'd be all right seeing. Um, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Um, will we just keep it with that? Short little 15-minute. Short. Yeah, right. Um, But yeah, we'll keep it at that. Nice little Friday and Friday vid. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens. Regardless, if it takes a huge dump, whatever. If it rockets up, awesome. I'm just excited to see what happens. So I hope you are too, and I hope yeah, I hope you have a good weekend as usual, and keep studying if you're interested in trading, and yeah, take care of yourself, take care of your family as always, and be cool to other people. Um, do your thing, girl. All right, take care. Have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you.